Hey guys, good morning. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's 4 a.m. bright and early here in Connecticut on the East Coast. All right, there's a few things I want to talk about. I want to talk to Trump supporters and ask them why they're arguing for their president to remain president. And I want to talk about Rand Paul, Senator Rand Paul. And about maybe eight videos ago, about maybe 3 or 4 days ago, I did a video called I want to tell you about a Trump supporter I know named Troy. All right. Now, Rand Paul reminds me of Troy. Rand Paul has been talking about the runoff in Georgia. And this is the bottom line. The Republicans, like Rand Paul, some Republicans and Rand Paul in Georgia, are more concerned with preventing some people from voting, with throwing out ballots. They're more concerned with throwing out some ballots than reaching out to get new voters, reaching out for people to vote, for legal people to vote, to pull in new people into our system to vote. They're more concerned with throwing out the will of the people. They only want a select, well, we know who. Again, this reminds me so much. And this right here, look, I'm not a constitutional scholar, but this is anti-democracy right here. It's a smaller minority of people, namely the upper middle class, upper class white voter that wants to retain the will over who governs the United States. That's the bottom line. Rand Paul just came out and pretty much said that reaching out to non-voters will doom the Republican Party. And I wanted to look up. Now look, like I said, I'm a layman here, so I wanted to be sure what he was saying. Because if he's saying that he was worried about sending ballots out, people requesting ballots, absentee ballots. And as we know, a lot of people were concerned with the job that Donald Trump has been doing. I'm going to get to that in a second. That's the second part of my video. And millions of people more felt the concern to vote in this election. Now, Trump has been saying that he got 15 million more votes than in 2016. How could he have lost? But he doesn't mention that 30, 40 million more people voted this time. He talks about Obama's numbers, and it's all misdirection. So Rand Paul, he talks about how reaching out to non-voters will doom the Republican Party. Reaching out to get this is what he said, typically people who don't vote. People who don't really pay attention to voting. And reaching out to them is a bad idea. Sending them absentee ballots, getting them involved in the process of democracy, bad idea. Let them sleep. Let them stay quiet. We don't want them to know what's going on. We'll take care of everything. Don't you worry. That's what he's saying. So I wanted to make sure that what he was saying was what I understood. I wanted to make sure that he wasn't talking about, well, he insinuates that they're going to send ballots out to people that are dead, people that are two-year-old children, illegal immigrants, and that is not the case. That is not the case. Those people cannot receive ballots, and they're double and triple checked. This is a non-issue. It's been proven over and over 40 times in court. What Rand Paul was saying, and this is what I was afraid he was saying, is he just doesn't want, the Republican Party does not want the typical minority, the typical maybe recovering addict, people that have not been involved in the voting process, don't want them to get involved. Stay sleeping, stay quiet, just stay in the back. We'll take care of everything. That's what he's saying. And the bottom line here is the Republican Party in Georgia right now is more concerned with just throwing out as many ballots as possible than pulling in and getting more people involved in the democratic process, which is the American way of life. What you're doing here is blatantly anti-American. It's authoritarian. There's no other way to put this. All right, so now onward to Trump, the stop the steal people, the people that are still arguing, and like Miss Kelly Loeffler from Georgia, she still won't admit. She won't. A lot of people won't admit that Biden is president-elect. I'm asking you why. Why do you look at the job? Just ask who's president right now. Donald Trump is president right now, right? But you wouldn't know that, would you? Right now, there's a huge problem, and it's getting bigger. The problem is getting scarier every day with the Russian hacking through a company called SolarWinds. This started back in March, and we got this figured out that the Russian hackers, not Chinese, not the Democrat Chinese Biden people over here, Russian hackers got into SolarWinds, which provided systems for the government. And now all of our systems are infiltrated, including the Department of Energy, which controls our nuclear stockpiles. Everything, our economics, our stockpiles, our now even the IRS might be affected in people's personal information. And there has been one peep. Now one word out of your president, Donald Trump. Nothing. And this problem is getting scarier day by day. Even Biden, the future president, is talking about this because people are getting concerned when we're talking about the nuclear stockpiles. The Russian people took advantage of Trump sleeping on the job. The Russian government took advantage of Trump's concern with his ratings and his poll numbers and his constant badgering and name calling and all this stuff. And they took advantage of that and they got into our systems. And now not even a peep out of him. Not a peep. Why do you want to keep this guy for president? Why do you want to keep him in for another 4 years when he's not even doing his job since November 2nd or November 3rd? Look at all the deaths yesterday. Again, I'm not even, do I even have to repeat these numbers? We broke all the records again yesterday. Trump talked about how fabulous the stock market is. Now, I think we're all pretty much on the same page here. Stock market doesn't mean jack squat to me or you, to most of us here. Doesn't mean jack squat to me when I go buy gas or when I go buy milk or bread. It doesn't change the price of my gallon of gasoline or my milk or my rent or my utility or my phone bill. None of that is affected by the damn stock market. So Trump and his stock market can go somewhere else. So he bragged about that, how the vaccine is... Oh, I got 2 more questions. Now, Donald Trump was so sure that on November 4th, this epidemic would just disappear. I remember him saying that dozens of times. Watch. November 4th, this epidemic's going to disappear because it was all just focused on him. It was fake. It was fake, right? And it was all just going to disappear. Tell the people of California that. Certainly doesn't look like it's disappearing there. There's no hospital beds left. It's in pure disaster mode right now. And I do believe one other thing too. Didn't Donald Trump say the stock market, if Biden was elected president, the stock market would crash? I remember that. I remember him saying that. That's not fake news, is it? No, he said that over and over and over again. If Biden's elected, that day the stock markets are going to crash. But then just yesterday, he bragged about the stock markets being at an all-time high. But now it's because of the vaccine, of course, which he puts his name on. So, that's what it must be. So it's just a temporary thing because of him, of course. Why do you guys, anybody still supporting Donald Trump? Why? Why would you possibly want 4 more years of this? What is he, the weeks since November 3rd have been some of the hardest weeks in this country in our history. A Russian cyber hack of epic proportions, messing with our nuclear stockpiles. A pandemic never before seen in this country, and not a peep out of your president. Nothing. Zip. Zero, except him complaining that he was rigged. His election got stolen. And hiding in the White House. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? And you're arguing for 4 more years of this? This right here, this right now, right here proves that this was never about making America great again. This was people, for some reason or other, saw some kind of hero in Donald Trump. Somehow, and people like me saw the exact opposite. Somebody we despise, but it affected other people another way. And they saw this hero, this idol, this person they could worship and relate to. And it's amazing because it's either black or white. You're either like me and you fear, despise, and don't trust him as far as you can throw him, or you absolutely adore and love him and would give your life for him. There's no in between. Well, it was never about making America great again. Because if it was about making America great or keeping America great or anything about America, he'd be doing something about America right now, regardless of the election. He'd be talking about this cyber hack. The American people, but Trump supporters will say, well, that's kind of private. And he's taking care of that behind the scenes. That's top secret. Can't talk about that. When you're talking about taxpayer information being hacked, when you're talking about nuclear stockpiles being hacked, our economy being hacked, our health and human services, everything being hacked, and the American people see this more and more every day, maybe you'll want to talk to them about that because you got what you call a panic starting. You can't just keep that top secret. It's not top secret now. Everybody knows about it now, or they're going to know about it in the next week. And same thing with the pandemic. You got a president who's only concerned with himself. That's all it ever was. That's all it's ever been, and that's all it ever will be. Why you're possibly trying to keep this narcissistic, arrogant, self-obsessed man-child as president, I have no idea. I don't know what's wrong with your personality makeup that for some reason makes you see this person as a hero. But just take a look around you at what's going on right now. Turn the news on. And not just One America and those other ones and Fox. Look at the real news and see what's going on. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Friday.